Our drum roll, this is the highlighted specialty piece that everybody's talking about because yes, it's Apatite, yes, it's amber. The design is absolutely breathtaking. We do have the necklace as well as the matching earrings, and I have a matching bracelet to complete the ensemble, but let's take notice for just a moment. This necklace is specially priced today at $149.90 up until midnight, or until quantities are completely gone. They will be gone quickly. 4 flex pays on top of that means under $40. I'm gonna direct this immediately to Jay because you wanna talk about a rare, unique find and combination, something we rarely see. I absolutely fell in love with. Tell us how this came to be, Jay.
Okay, well, as far as I can remember, okay, and sometimes I'm old now, decrepit, so my memory's not as good, I'll admit it. But I will tell you this, I can't ever remember combining these two natural rough materials together. I've never seen it. I've never, as far as I know.
And you've combined a lot of different stones.
Trust me, I've made a living out of combining stones and rough materials. That's what I do. I don't ever remember putting these two together. I can't imagine why it's taken me this long to do it. But you have a very, very unique, special combination here, okay? This is probably the most sought after, the finest apatite in the world. And this is what they call neon apatite. And you can see it, it has that electric blue. It almost has like that Swiss blue topaz type look to it.
Sure
this is a natural apatite. They call it neon blue apatite. I had a lot of the smaller nuggets left. I'd cut all my larger material. And so I needed to figure out something to do to utilize the rest of the rough. This rough just doesn't come along every day. I don't know, why I did it that particular day, but when I design, I'm very, I lay everything out. I've told people this. I'm going to actually do some B-roll one of these days of where I work. Yeah, actually where I work. I'm a very neat person, very organized. If you could see my desk, okay, where I work after I get done designing for a day, it looks like a cyclone hit it. It takes me about a day and a half to put everything back where I can find it. But I combined in these two rough materials that day, and they just go so well together. And this is natural amber from the Ukraine, and that beautiful neon apatite from Madagascar.
And look at the size of the amber. I love the shape and
these,
the way
okay, think about that. These are all hand cut. They're all hand done. So you get that, and this is, there is no color treatment to this. There's no enhancing these. These are the natural, they're cut from the natural rough. This is the natural color of the rough. And today is one of what I try to do, especially when you get something like this that is very, very different, I try to make a suite of designs. And the reason I do that, because I really don't know when you're going to actually, if you want these exact materials, when you can, think about it. When have you, this is the first time I've done it.
Yeah.
Okay, in 40 plus years. So when you walk in anywhere, what are your chances of ever seeing neon apatite and amber together, right? They're pretty slim, guys. Yeah. So this is something that it's not that we didn't want to make more of these. We were very limited, and mainly we have the amber material, but we don't have the neon apatite. So this is kind of like our last big hurrah. That doesn't mean down the road we might get more neon apatite. I constantly go to Madagascar. We constantly are working with the apatite miners there. But right now, we just kind of combined them both because we could use the rough that we had on hand.
And it is beyond pretty.
I love the color consistency.
It's gorgeous, Jay. And if you want the earrings and the matching stretch bracelet, that's item 079993. I will tell you, we have much fewer in quantity of those pieces than we do our this day only. And speaking of our this day only, you'll see a clock come up on the screen. We only have a few hundred of those now currently available at this day only price. So it's one of our most anticipated brand new combinations. Think about that. Jay, you're celebrating your
23 years in October.
Anniversary in October.
Yep.
Okay. In 23 years and 40 years in the business, you've never done the combination. Now we know the value of just amber on itself, okay? Apatite in neon in this type of natural rough and color is extremely rare. Jay is normally over a year out in planning. And that's, you know, in that time, he's also traveling the world and going all over to try to find rare, unique finds in rough. Think about what Jay just said. We'd never done this combination. It was done for my house pick. When it's gone, can't say we're not gonna have it back ever again, but it's not gonna be at least for another year, if not more. And that we can pretty much say with confidence.
With the neon apatite, like I said right now, I do have more of the amber, but I don't even have the neon apatite. And the only reason I have this is we've used all the bigger crystals to cut the larger cabochons that we've done in different projects. And so all we have remaining is we had the smaller nuggets, the smaller crystals. So we wanted to do something with them, utilize them. So you're getting a tremendous amount of rough material here, and then you're getting that color contrast going back to the natural Ukrainian amber that we've used. Everything again, all hand cut, all hand shaped, all hand polished, individually handcrafted. Think about just the skill and the art there. You can see where Valerie, that's another cool thing with these, the way they're set up. You've got 5 amber beads, okay? By utilizing the 2 3/4 inch extender chain in the back, it gives you the ability to either raise it up.
Sure.
You can, if you want to accessorize, you can take it up or you can let it down. But it gives you also the ability to adjust the beads on how you want to wear them. There's enough substance there. Just has really good continuity, has just a really soothing, amazing kind of color contrast, again, between that amber and the neon apatite. The very first time that I can ever remember in 40 plus years of designing this, I do not ever remember putting these two rough materials together.
And it's that custom feel, it's that custom love of combination of rare, unique, Mother Nature, God-given stones, right? That makes you feel so special. And a perfect going in, again, into fall. I was looking specifically for color combinations, you know, just for fashion. And this is perfect, whether you're in neutral, whether you're in your greens, in your plums. I know we're very, very busy. Remember, that price at $149.90, we can only honor while quantities are available or up until midnight. 4 flex pays today only at $620-251. We are going to scoot right on to the matching earrings. I'll put the little color swatch behind there too. And the matching